Public Works and Safety meeting. Roll call, please. Here.
Here.
Are there any conflict of interest statements?
No.
Okay. Number 4, approval of the minutes of the meeting of September 11th, 2025.
I recommend the approval of those minutes.
And I concur. Number 5, there's no bid openings. Number 5, matters from other department heads or their representatives. Anybody? Okay, moving on to correspondence. Number 6, letter A. Correspondence received from Dean Button requesting the approval of $26,500 of CIB funding be allocated for the Quiet Zone administrative fee, Norfolk and Southern Railroad, and authorization for city engineer to execute agreement by DocuSign.
So we've been, at the request of the mayor's office, we have been working on establishing quiet zones both for downtown Hammond and for Hessville. This downtown would on the Norfolk Southern line, which is the predominant line that creates noise through the downtown and Hessville area. The crossings are Willow, State, Sibley, Oakley, and Soul downtown, and they are Kennedy, 169th, 173rd, and Grand. What we don't have is Arizona and Parrish, because those will be closed as a result of the Governor's Parkway project.
Okay.
So we contacted Norfolk Southern to apply for the grant, or not the grant, but to apply for the quiet zone. They have established what their administrative fee is to do that work. That does not include any design fee for actually designing it, but it's to shepherd the project through the process to get it approved by the Federal Railroad Administration as required by the railway. And so we have an agreement. We're asking you to authorize me to execute the agreement because that's in working progress. I should have it in the next day or so. And we will DocuSign that. On Monday night, the Capital Improvement Board approved the $26,500 request for the administrative fee, and so I'd ask for your approval of both the funding allocation and authorization for me to execute the agreement, or approve the agreement and allow me to execute the agreement.
Okay.
Okay, I recommend the approval of both.
And I concur.
Thank you.
Letter B, correspondence received from Dean Button requesting the approval of $106,300 of CIB funding be allocated for the 4 electric vehicle charging stations and the recommendation by Nees Engineering to award the quote to Midwestern Electric.
So about a month ago, the Board of Public Works and Safety opened quotes for electric vehicle charging station installations. We have the equipment on hand. That was procured through this board using a grant that we received from the Electric Efficiency Community, I want to say Community Block Grant, but it's similar to that. That's allowed by the federal government. This is to install those ones that we procured. Midwestern Electric was the low quoter, and Capital Improvement Board met on Monday to approve the funding allocation. So I'd ask for your approval of that and the recommendation by Nees Engineering.
I recommend the approval.
And I concur.
Thank you.
Letter C, correspondence received from Dean Button requesting the approval of $15,567.94 of CIB funding be allocated for the Summer Street reconstruction and approval of the change orders number 8 and 13 through 17.
Summer Street's a federal aid project, so we had change orders related to predominantly utility situations where, for example, the Carroll Street sewer wasn't on the plans, and so we had to include that reconnection. There's a water main valve vault on Columbia Avenue that was specially constructed because of the way the valve sits in the ground and it need to be protected. Basically utility related work, and then one no-cost change order related to the change in the binder for the asphalt. So all required by NDOT. American Structure Point's the engineer. They prepared all of the change orders. And so we are asking for your approval of the local match that goes to NDOT. NERPC covers the federal match. And so the change orders in all are about, I want to say it's about $70,000. This is our 20% match of those. That's all we're asking for is that. Capital Improvement met on Monday to approve the funding allocation. I'm asking for your approval of it and the change orders presented.
Okay, I recommend the approval.
And I concur.
Thank you.
Letter D, correspondence received from Dean Button recommending to reject the 2 bids received for the downtown Hammond train station, and it has been determined that it is in the best interest of the city. The city will be taking steps to reduce the scope of the project and reserves the right to re-advertise the project in the future.
Yes, we opened bids on September 4th at this meeting, and they were significantly over the budgeted amount we had available for the project. And so it is, it does not reflect poorly on the bidders or their quality or competency of work. It's strictly related to that being over the funding that we have available for the project. So we're asking you to approve rejection of the bids. For your information, we're going to reduce the scope of the project to reduce the overall total cost of the project in order to bid, and we will be coming back soon to ask you for permission to re-advertise for that bid. But for the time being, we're asking you to reject the bids received.
Okay.
I recommend approval.
And I concur.
Thank you.
Thank you. Letter E, correspondence received from Site Services requesting to have flaggers with some traffic delays on New York Avenue between Indianapolis Boulevard and 129th, as well as lane closures, State Line Road from Indianapolis Boulevard to 109th, beginning September 17th, 2025, and also Holman Avenue from 137th Avenue to 138th, Holman Avenue from 141st to Goslin, Chicago Avenue from White Oak to Columbia, beginning September 22nd, 2025.
Site Services, yeah, I'm sorry.
That's okay, sorry.
Site Services is our pavement preservation contractor for crack sealing. These are obviously corridors in the city that they're going to have to do under flagging, and so we're asking for your permission to approve those lane restrictions while they're working in the street. It's necessary for the asphalt roadways to try to keep them in good condition, so I'd ask for your approval.
Is that kind of a moving job, Dean? They're
It
moving
is.
as they do it? Okay.
It is. They sort of work their way down the line. They clean the cracks out. If there's any weeds growing, they try to burn those off, and then they fill the crack with emulsification. And then they sort of have to let it dry a little bit, and then they move forward. So yes, it's exactly a rolling project.
Okay,
I recommend the approval.
and I concur.
Thank you.
Letter F, correspondence received from Pyrotech requesting approval to provide flame effects for the Lamb of God concert on September 27, 2025 at the venue Horseshoe, Hammond, Indiana. Any issues? No. Okay,
I recommend approval.
and I concur. Number 7, matters from board members. Okay. Number 8, new business. Letter A, funding allocation request forms requesting $10,000 of the Sixth District Gaming Fund to be allocated for tree removals and $250 to be allocated to Hugs Parade, Hessville Park Use Agreement fee.
I recommend approval.
And I concur. Letter B, order to rescind and release order to demolish property located at 607 State Street submitted for approval.
Good morning to the board. The board's familiar with this property. Mr. Garros has come in a couple times. He wants to make it into a commercial structure once downtown, as it's starting to pick up, which we're all happy about, continues to pick up. I could show the board just some pictures. The outside's been done.
Okay. Very nice.
He's
Yeah.
still working on the inside. I think this is appropriate to take it off the list and to rescind the order, so I request its approval as presented.
Okay,
I recommend the approval.
and I concur. Letter C, right-of-way permits received from engineering submitted for approval.
Good morning. We have 4. One
morning,
from
Mark.
NIPSCO for our gas service, 3 from local plumbers. The one that is different is Salyer Plumbing. They're working on Calumet. They've had to push the date back due to some permitting issues on a state highway. So I recommend approval for all of them.
Thanks, Mark.
Thank you.
I recommend the approval.
And I concur. Letter D, request for a late rental registration hearing submitted for approval.
I recommend we set that date for October 2nd, 2025.
And I concur. Letter D, request for, excuse, did I say D already? Letter E, request for late business license hearing submitted for approval.
And I recommend that we set that date also for October 2nd, 2025.
And I concur. Letter F, garage sale permits submitted for approval.
I recommend approval.
And I concur. Moving on to number 9, old business, letter A, demolition hearing for 642 Spruce Street.
Morning, the board.
Good morning.
This was originally set for an August date. It was then reset for September 4th and then reset again for today. This property is owned by a Gregory Goebel in Hobart. I have some photos for the board. The first are photos back from March. The second are photos of just the garage from today, or I'm sorry, this week.
Yesterday.
Yesterday, thanks. And of course, Jordan used to be the inspector on the 4th, so he's kind of hanging on to this one. Here's what's happening. Apparently, there's a contractor ready to roll on this to repair both the flat roof and the garage. There's been a deposit confirmed by Mr. Luter and Mr. Pollock regarding this. And so, as you can see, my concern is the condition is that since March, we've still got this huge tarp on the flat roof, and there's been no progress. I'm happy to believe that they're going to actually do some work now. So given the condition of the property, by the way, I should also set the record just in general for these matters. I guess this is just the one today. But these properties all satisfy the definition of unsafe building under the Unsafe Building Act. Notice was given by certified mail and by publication in this. So we do have good notice, and by regular mail and posting. And so given the condition of the property, we'd request that the demolition order be entered. We're going to hold it and not record it for two weeks, and request a status for 2 weeks. But I would like the order entered. That way we can confirm that the garage is done. And if everything's in order and they're moving forward and everything, what we'll probably do is end up not recording that and rescinding it. But at this time, we would like it to be entered.
So approved and
affirmed,
entered.
yeah, affirmed as presented based on the condition of the property. We won't record it. We'll hold the recording for 2 weeks at least, and request a status for 2 weeks. And I don't know if Jordan has anything else to add to it.
The owner did state that there is some tuck pointing work that needs to get taken care of on the front, as well as they're going to replace all of the gutters around the main house. That is just additional work that they do plan on adding onto the permit when they do start working.
Yeah, I do want to just mention, like, this is a unique situation in that we generally would not allow this work to go forward without them posting a bond and entering into a rehab agreement. So I don't want to get off of this being the policy, of course, of the board or of the department. But this is a unique situation because the owner had already put the deposit down with the contractor. So, and it's a contractor that's known to the department. So we're comfortable with this arrangement for this situation.
Okay.
I recommend affirming the order and also setting a status for October 2nd, 2025.
And I concur. Letter B, a notice of violation, 1032 Bauer.
Yes, this property we found an illegal basement apartment because of ceiling height. Since then, the owner has complied. He hired a contractor to remove the walls in the basement, rebuild staircases, and remove a kitchen upstairs. So I'd like to request a dismissal, please.
Okay.
I recommend approval.
And I concur. Thank you. Letter C, status for 51 Webb.
I don't know if I saw Mr. Abdullah here, which is a little bit of a concern because recently I received a phone call from Mr. Royal Shorts who indicated that he was interested in buying the property. I'm not sure, I have to look back at some notes here. I believe the redemption date on this property, I know that Mr. Abdullah mentioned, he got it on tax sale.
Yeah.
So he won't have the deed till February 26th. That means the redemption date's probably passed by now or right around now, and he's probably going to have a hearing in December. So I'm just curious on whether it was redeemed. I'll try to look into that. But as you know, there's been a little bit of progress. I'm sure Mr. Luter can update us a little bit, but I just was getting a little bit concerned about the fact that it might be transferred. If my guess is maybe the owner redeemed it, had a buyer in the wings waiting, and then sold it. And if that's the case, we'll have to, I just need to look into that.
As far as it goes, Mr. Abdul did remove the garage on his own volition.
That was last
And
time.
that was last time. As far as progress, they can't really do anything until he owns the property. And my biggest question is, are we going to allow him to try and sell it off again to somebody else? How long are we going to play
And he doesn't have the ability to sell it. He's just the
Right.
tax certificate
Right.
purchaser.
purchaser at this point?
Right.
So until
So-
he owns it, he can't sell it.
I'm going to do some research into did it sell or was it redeemed?
Okay.
And so if maybe we could set it for, have we got any phone calls from any of the neighbors? Yeah, because I keep saying this, but I know that one neighbor, she was very,
very adamant.
involved. I'm
Yeah.
not sure if she moved or maybe she's
Yeah.
satisfied with where it is
Satisfied
right
Which is
now.
why he
so.
tore that shed or whatever.
Yeah,
Garage
yeah,
down and
absolutely.
cleaned up the backyard. I think the door has stayed secure since the last time we secured
Yeah.
it.
So, and I think, Mr. Luter did take some photos of last time showing that the shed was down.
Okay.
And it was boarded up. So if we could maybe just set it for a 30-day status for me to look into ownership issues and contact the new owner if necessary.
Is October 23rd okay?
Sure.
Are we going to ask him to appear, or it doesn't matter if he's here?
I'd like him to appear just to get status, because he'll probably have a date of the hearing of his tax deed petition if he still has that, or if not, I'm going to probably send a letter to the new owner.
Okay.
I recommend we set this for status for October 23rd, 2025, and send a notice to appear to Mr. Abdullah.
And I concur.
Thank you.
Okay, letter D, status for 251 Detroit.
So last time we were here, Mr. Luter indicated that he had went out there and got some, or tried to get some pictures, and he got them in the morning, and apparently he got painted in the afternoon. So I'm happy to report, and I do see the owner here, Ms. De La Paz, who's been very diligent. I think we're going on maybe a year and a half, right, that we've been here doing this. So she's been very diligent in appearing. House is painted, it looks great. So I believe Mr. Luter's recommendation is to remove it from the demolition list and to consider the work to be satisfactory on the house, and we'll do an order to rescind probably within the next week or two.
Okay. What action do you need from us then today?
I think if the board's, obviously I want to let Ms. De La Paz address the board as well, but I don't think there's any action needed by the board today except to note that the city's been satisfied with the work that's been done on it. We will present the board with an order to rescind.
Okay. Good morning.
Good morning.
Do you have anything you'd like to add?
No, I mean, I finally got it done. And replaced the front windows also. I'm just need some finishing touches, but
Okay. There was nothing else that needed to be done?
It was, well, yeah, I think it was mostly exterior. I don't, did you ever go inside? Yeah.
Okay, so everything's good?
Roof, windows, exterior, I mean, it looks great. I mean, we're really pleased with the work that was done, and we appreciate it.
Yeah, as a board, we appreciate when people follow through with finishing the repairs on their homes, so thank you.
okay. Thank
If
you.
don't- Yeah,
for
if you
the
don't have
time.
anything to add, then thank you for coming today.
Okay.
Okay,
Thank you.
Thank
Have
you.
a good day.
you too. We're just,
No action.
no action necessary? No, okay. Okay, then moving on to number 10, late rental registration hearings, letter A, 4722 Pine Avenue. I'm not sure we'll find out. Okay,
Good morning.
good morning. Could you give us your name, sir, and your association with the property?
Yes, Miguel Garcia, Advantage Real Estate.
Okay. And can you tell us what happened for these, for 2025?
I bought this property back in December, and I tried to think about reselling it, but just 2 months ago, I decided to fix it and I rent it.
Okay. So it was just, you just started running it 2 months ago?
No, I haven't rented it at all.
Okay, it hasn't been rented yet. Okay, go ahead, Bill.
That's news to me this morning.
Okay.
Because I got the form and filled the same information, Owner's been Advantage Real Estate of Indiana since December of last year. It's 2 units, would only be 2025, and obviously no previous appeals since they just bought the property.
Okay. And you plan on renting it at some point
Yes,
as
sir.
soon
Yes,
as
sir.
possible, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
And just a reminder, once you rent it, 60 days to register.
I understand.
yeah.
Thank you.
So I don't believe we even have to waive anything. He just,
No.
when he rents it, 30 days actually to bring the lease in. and get
Just
it
no
done.
action?
Yeah, there would be no action on
Okay.
that one.
Okay, thanks for being here, sir.
Thank you.
Okay, have a good day. Yeah. Letter B, 1120 May Street. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Adrian Shabbat, property manager.
Thank you. And could you tell us what happened in 25?
She bought it end of 2024, hired an incompetent property management company, transferred to us in September, and we filled out the paperwork to transfer the registration when we realized it had not been registered.
Okay,
So
has it been rented up to this point?
Yeah, it was rented in March.
March, okay.
Yeah, we show the owner as Mary Rakowski. I hope I'm saying her name right. She, again, purchased 12 of 24. It's a single-family home, only 2025, and there's been no previous appeals on this property.
I recommend we waive the late fee.
And I concur. Sir, if you'd like to stay till after the meeting, you can get a copy and pay it if you'd like.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Okay, letter C, 606 Spruce Street. Thank you. Anybody from 606 Spruce Street? Okay, go ahead, Bill.
All right, we show the owner as ASW Property Management since 7 of 21. It is 2 units. It would only be for 2025 with no previous appeals.
They requested a
They
continuance at
requested
mayor's
continu-
night, she said.
Okay. Okay. Well, then, I guess we'll take no action. I can,
Yeah, well, at least you got my signature and date on here if you need to sell it or anything. Okay, so we're just gonna, no action today?
no action today.
Okay,
I'll just
gotcha.
redo the paperwork when it comes
Okay,
up.
thanks, Bill.
All right.
Okay,
Mr. President, if we could recall 51 Webb, I saw Mr. Abdullah arrived.
yep.
Go ahead. No, that's okay. We were curious in what happened, because you're usually here.
I know, yeah, I know.
So the question we had for you, Mr. Abdullah, and thanks for appearing again, is we got a phone call, the law department got a phone call from a guy named Royal Shorts, who said he wanted to buy the property. And I mean, I've heard the name before, so I didn't know if you got a call from him or anything like that? No? Okay.
I did not.
When's the redemption period? Is it right around now?
It got redeemed.
Oh, it did get redeemed?
It did, yes.
So.
It was September 10th was the cutoff, and I guess it got redeemed by
Somebody.
then. Somebody did redeem it.
So your interest in the property is gone? You don't have any interest in it?
I mean, it just depends, you know?
Yeah,
It
it's just that,
depends.
well, if it's redeemed, that means you don't have
I don't have
tax
anything,
certificate.
Nothing.
You're gonna get your money back plus.
Yeah, of
That's a
course,
good
but
thing.
it's no big deal. But I don't know. I don't even know who the owner is. I don't even know how to contact him or anything like that. You know, so
Okay, so I think then we'll keep that 10/23 date.
Okay,
I will do some research into making sure we have given notice to the former owner. And potentially, I guess I'll see if it's been transferred. You know, it's obviously up to Mr. Abdullah if he's going to continue to try to keep the property and make a deal with the owner or something, but you should check with your attorney, because I don't think you really have any interest in the property any longer if it was redeemed, except to get your money back from the auditor.
that's it, pretty much.
Yeah.
Again, you know, if the owner is willing to sell it, again, it just depends on how much he's willing to sell it for or whatever, you know, but.
We're going to send notice for him or her to appear on October 23rd. If you want to watch on Zoom or come and see if they show up, you know, if you don't have any trouble, if you don't have any luck getting a hold of him or her
October
before then.
23rd?
That's when the boards reset this for you, October 23rd.
Okay, for the demolition still, right?
For status, yeah, on the demolition
And you
order.
said somebody did call to
Yeah, somebody called. I haven't called them back yet. I will. So if you want to leave your number with Linda, I'm
Sure.
happy to get a hold of you after I talk to him.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's great, that'd be great, yeah.
I do want to say we appreciate how reliable and prompt you've been with.
No, that's no
giving
problem,
meetings
I'm
and
just
stuff,
sorry,
so-
got tied up at work today, you know.
It
the
means a
guy's
lot
supposed
to the
be there.
board,
That's
so
no
we
problem.
appreciate
Yeah,
it.
that's no problem at all, so.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, thanks for being here.
No problem.
Okay. Okay, the meeting's now open to the public. Anybody have anything they want to say? Oh, excuse me, sorry.
I ask if you'd go back to matters from other department heads and their representatives.
I would love to.
And I'm sorry that this didn't make
No,
it
that's
on the,
okay.
this didn't make it on the agenda. It was intended. It was a late request that we got from the contractor. FH Passion Ragnar Benson is asking to close 6 additional intersections in Hammond to do their maintenance on the crossings as I said, at 6 locations. They're going to pair up Kenwood and Conkey starting tomorrow for 4 days. Then they're going to do, they're requesting to do Detroit and Highland as a pair on September 23rd for 4 days, and then Waltham Street on September 27th for 3 days, and Douglas Street starting September 30th for 3 days. On the paired streets, they need an extra day because they're bouncing back and forth between the two intersections. Mr. Woods is here, and Mr. Ochi is also here from the contractor in case there's any questions I can't answer. This is similar to what they had proposed for 165th and 173rd at the last board meeting. That work is essentially completed or very close to being completed on 173rd today. And so we'd ask for your approval of this action. I should say that we've reviewed their maintenance of traffic plan. We've reviewed their maintenance of traffic to make sure that the motorists understand how to get around. And so we're happy with what they've approved. This is essential to keep the Westlake project completed. It's not on a critical path, but we certainly need it done. So we'd ask for your approval.
I'd just like to anecdotally mention that I thought the signage was not very good over the last week, and just because it's in my part of town. So like the 173rd Street closure, the only sign I saw was kind of a faded one going westbound
Yeah, I
from
saw that last
Hammond that
night.
says Kenwood Avenue closed, 919 to 922.
Oh, that was the pre-message board for
Right,
Kenwood, yeah.
but it's on 173rd, so I mean, it's nice that you're telling everybody Kenwood's there, but I'm just saying, like, even on Holman to 173rd, I didn't see any signage letting me know that 173rd was gonna be closed.
Well,
And the other, I'm sorry, go ahead.
In the future, there'll be, we added 6 more message boards, 2 on Holman, 2 on Calumet, and then the 2 more message boards for the Kenwood, Conkey, Highland, Detroit closures as well.
Okay, that's great, I hope that's good. Like, for example, I would think that you'd wanna have them, maybe on Calumet.
Both
and
directions,
Holman
yeah.
for Detroit and
Correct.
Highland to know that. And then
Yep.
also, the detour signs, like the orange detour signs, there was a lot of detour signs out there,
Right.
which was great. But, it would be nice to, like, for example, like, say 173rd, sometimes the detour signs say it's detour for this street.
Right.
So you know that whoever's putting the signs up there is saying, oh, this is the way to detour for 173rd, and you get around. I mean, I'm not trying to be too critical, I'm just saying, like, as a motorist that maybe isn't from around the area, it would have been very tough to understand where you're going on the detour sign. So if we could just have a little better signage. I appreciate what they're
Those message boards will include that verbiage,
Okay.
doing. Great.
so.
Yeah, the street closures in and of itself doesn't make people happy, but when they can't get around it, don't see signage, that really makes it, and we take the brunt of that, of
Yeah,
course.
so
So,
complaints from
yeah,
the city hall.
absolutely, yes,
Yep.
and the police department. So as long as there's signage, and I do have a question about Douglas. What 100 block of Douglas? Where is that gonna be?
Douglas, right at the Westlake corridor.
400
Oh,
block
so just west of the police department?
west of the station.
I got you.
Yes, sir.
Okay, then any other problems?
No, as long as, I just want to make them aware of the signage issues, so as long as they're going to take care of it, that's great.
Okay, we're good then, okay.
I recommend the approval.
And I concur.
Thank you.
Thank you. The meeting's now open to the public. Anybody have anything they want to say? Okay.
I recommend